All right, this is video 2 of 2 working with the Math 8 and volume. So this is now the second page of our volume notes packet. All right, so we only need 2 more things here. We have the volume of a rectangular base pyramid and a volume of a triangular base pyramid. So when you have a pyramid, think about the ancient Egyptians, and they have a pyramid. They have a square base or a rectangular base. And then there also are pyramids that have a triangular base. So they might look like this, they might look a little different. But the formulas are still going to be the same. Again, you can use the formula to help you with solving the volume. Again, the volume is the inside, how much it takes to fill it up. If I wanted to fill this with sand, I need to know how much it will hold. Okay, so look at the 2 equations for find the volume. We have 1/3, so it's very similar to the cone. So it's 1/3, but they have a capital A here. That A means the area of the base. The area of base. So I rewrote it here so you can see this area of a rectangle is length times width. So sometimes I like to go ahead and use this one with many people. That capital letter means it's the area of whatever base you're talking about. So our pyramid is volume equals 1/3 length times width times height. So this should look familiar, like finding the rectangular prism, a box, the inside of a box. But then 1/3 of that is what your pyramid's going to fulfill. So let's look at our problem. Find the volume of a rectangular base pyramid whose base is 8 centimeters by 6 and the height is 5. So the base is 8 by 6, that means the length or the width. So what we're looking here, and the height is 5. So let's rewrite our formula. 1/3 length times width times height. Now the 8 by 6, I don't know which ones, if it's the length is 8 or the width is 8, it won't matter. So you can say it doesn't matter. Let's say your length is 8, your width is 6, and your height is 5. So you're going to substitute your information. 1/3 times 8 times 6 times 5, oops, not 50, 5. Again, this is all multiplication. Okay? You can multiply all of these numbers first and then divide by 3. Or, since it's multiplication, you can see that 3 goes into 6 twice. You could cross-reduce that way too. But if you'd like to go ahead and follow me, that's fine. 8 times 6 times 5. Well, since it's all multiplication, I'm going to make this a little easier. 8 times 5 is 40. And then 40 times 6 is 240. Okay. So you can multiply these straight across. I'm okay with you using the calculator also, but I need to see all of this. You're only using the calculator to compute. So 8 times 6 is 48, times 5 will be 240. 240 divided by 3. Well, 3 goes into 24, 8. That's going to be 0. Now this is volume still, so it's going to be centimeters cubed. Always have your label. All right? So just plugging into the information. Volume of a triangular base pyramid. Now a triangle, that's the key here. In the triangle, you have to remember how to find the area of a triangle. The area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. Okay, so this is what we're saying here. It's still the 1/3 because it's 1/3 the size of a rectangle, but it's 1/2 base times height as a triangle. Now notice we had a capital H here and the other one had a lowercase h. I did that so the height, you don't think this height of the base is the same as your height of how high the pyramid is. So this is where over here we're going to find the volume. This is a picture form. So the bases are 12 here. The height, the lowercase h, is your height of your triangle, which is 10. The uppercase h is your height of your whole thing, how tall it is, and that's going to be 17. So notice your formula is going to be 1/3, 1/2, base times height, h. Always rewrite your formula. Now you will be given the formula, so you don't have to memorize this, but I like to rewrite it so then you know where to plug it in. So you're looking for your volume. You have 1/3, 1/2 base, And this is where I might do a bracket because I'm going to have another parentheses. 1/2 of 12 times 10, close bracket, times your 17. If you're with me, would you put a star in the bottom right-hand corner of this page? Maybe right there. Put a star. Okay, then I just work inside out. So we have 1/3. I'm going to do 1/2, and you can multiply this first and then do a half, or 1/2 of 12 first and then times 10. So 1/2 of 12 is 6. I'm going to keep my brackets. 6 times 10. 1/3. 6 times 10 is 60. Now we still have a 17 back here, so don't forget that. I really should do this with parentheses. Now you can do 1/3 is 60, and that 3 goes into 60 20 times. 20 times 17 is going to be 340, and this is going to be centimeters cubed. Keep it very orderly on when you're substituting in the information. So what I did was I substituted all the information in first. Then I did 1/2 of 12. Now if you can't do that, multiply across and then divide by 2. But work all of this inside first. Then I did 1/3 of 60, then times that by 17. You can do the 60 times 17 divided by 3. But that's how you do the volume of a triangular based pyramid. Again, once you know the formula, you guys, it's all about plugging it in and placing it in the appropriate place. Okay, that is your video on how to find the volume of all of these shapes. You are now going to, either today or tomorrow, now you're going to practice it, putting it into practice, but making sure you're following all these steps for it. Okay, thank you.